Okay, so now to predictions. So I predict this game is going to be about 25 to 35 hours long. If it reaches 40 or even 50 hours in game length, I'm going to be surprised. And it's going to be a pleasant surprise to have a game longer than that. How is it going to measure up to previous titles, like Jedi Academy and Jedi Outcast 2? I think it's going to be an inferior product, simply as that. Disney Star Wars is not the best in any way. Disney Star Wars has been one of the worst Star Wars experience in my life. The golden age of Star Wars was, I would say, from Phantom Menace up until like 2010-ish. I mean, we thought we were going to get Coder 3. We never got Coder 3. Had we gotten Coder 3, it would definitely been the best time of Star Wars. But it still was. I mean, Coder 2 is like the end of the best. I mean, story-wise, nothing has been close to Coder 2. Knights of the Republic 2 is such a good story game. So good. Just the best. And gameplay-wise, nothing beats Outcast 2 and Jedi Academy. Lightsaber and action gameplay is just fantastic. It is spot on what it should be. And nothing has come close to it. And people would say, but we have Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed was shit. It was horrible gameplay. Ugh. Bad characters. Now, this is the the Fallen Order and now Survivor is just, it is budget Jedi Knight series. This is a Star Wars attempt to reboot for a modern audience, and it hasn't worked well. Fallen Order was average at best. Annoying characters, some utterly really bad characters, and Cal Sethis is average as a character. He's a budget Kyle Katarn at this point. He's a uninteresting version of him. Had this been the real Star Wars universe with Mara Jade during this time instead, you're going around hunting down Force users and Jedis, it would have been such a good game. Would have been great. But we're not getting that. Instead, we're getting this mess. So, before we start it off, let's just hope that we're getting a good experience here. At least we can get a good Star Wars game, good Star Wars at last. The Mandalorian was just bait and switch. It's never going to get good. It's always going to be just Disney Star Wars. However, if Respawn has gotten a good deal of doing their own Star Wars and trying to skip around or dance around the Disneyfication of Star Wars, this might be good. So, let's take a look at Jedi Survivor. First off, we're going to oh wow. Oh wow. What a game. So, let's start off by talking about the turd of a game that is Star Wars Jedi Survivor. As you might figure out, I have not finished the game. The game bugged out, and it took them weeks to patch the game until the bug was no longer showing up and I could progress. But at that point I had lost all interest in finishing the game. Maybe in the future. If I get the time, I will finish it. But yeah. So, there's so many things that are wrong with this game. The story sucks. It is completely worthless and everything. They try to make the High Republic happen. It's not going to happen. The High Republic sucks. It is boring. It is horrible. Oh god, the story is so bad. I thought that we were going to have, like, from the first impression that I had with Coruscant, I thought we were going to have like a heist going on, like breaking an entry through Empire stuff, bases, stealing stuff, saving Jedis, etc. But instead we're stuck with High Republic bullshit and wish-washing. Oh god, it is so awful. So, second, let's talk about the big elephant in the room. Performance and graphics. The game kinda looks good environmentally at least, but I think characters looks absolute dog shit for the performance that the game have. Oh god, and I even slaughtered our waifu here. Can't remember her name at this point because I lost interest in the game. But she looks like a freaking tomboy now. And not in the good way. More like lesbian, lesbo. Ugh, tomboy. And it's not a good show. Not a good show. And they're trying to have some complicated love story that's not interesting. And this is pretty much the best part of the game, I think. That's what they're showing. However, I mean, the addition of the double dash was fun. They made 3D jumping a bit more interesting. It's still not the best, but it works. And that is the best you can say for the best part of the games. They work, but it's not amazing. Nothing about this game is amazing. The graphics are... I mean, come on. Witcher 2 with Uber sampling enabled runs smoother and pretty much still looks better than this. I mean, to be honest. This game tries so hard to look good, but it just don't. And I don't see why it would be this heavy to run. To be honest, it doesn't look that good. I could understand with the environments that it would require a lot of VRAM, I give it to that, but sure. It's an Harry Potter game. I mean, Witcher 3 looks better than this. Runs more smooth. I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 looks better than this. Runs a lot more smooth. And they're both way better games than this crap. Yeah, so what do I even want to say that much more about this game? Yeah, lightsaber combat is still not as good as in the good old Jedi Knight games, Jedi Academy, Jedi Outcast. They're still miles ahead on this turd. Yeah. The interface is also pretty horrible, especially the menus. Everything is so consolified. It's made for console and shit. Running this on mouse and keyboard is sometimes just a nightmare because it says that it's one key but it's actually another. It's like they have not finished the game in any way. So, all because of that. I would say they have not put the effort in here. They have not gone the extra mile. They have not done what's needed for making a good or even a great game. This is below average at best, or average at best. Okay, it's average at best, but most things are god awful best. It's an unplayable experience at this point. I mean, I don't know what it takes to make this a good game even. I'm sure people have played and finished the game, but as I was stuck for a long time, unable to play it, as I didn't want to start over with a new save. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, what have they been doing? Not making the game, it seems. They've been making assets, trying to make it look big, grandiose, open worldy. It should not have been an open world game. It should just have been a hack and slash. It's going for and trying to copy Dark Souls. Let's just stop this. Dark Souls is shit. It is a shit game. It has no story, no narrative. It's only run around, dodge shit, and the combat does not feel good. It feels awful. This is not a Star Wars game. Lightsabers should just kill if you chop off their freaking arm or something. Maybe not kill with the arm, but you know, you go straight through them. You see the slash go through the mid section, severing them. It should just be over at that point. I mean, the Disney version of Star Wars that it is not working in their favor. Just have to say on that. So, from what I've seen of the game, what can I give it? At best, this is a 4 out of 10. It is below average. This is only for the Disney fanboys, not Star Wars fans. If you're a Star Wars fan, you're not gonna like this. I mean, if you're a real Star Wars fan, that is. And being a real Star Wars fan, you don't like Disney. That's just a fact. Yeah. Wow. All the turds of games this year. I mean, if you're gonna buy any game and not get disappointed for the money that you spend, just buy Vampire Survivors at this point. Just buy Vampire Survivors. Skip the turds that are AAA and just buy Vampire Survivors. It is a far better game. I also tried Starship Troopers Extermination. It is in it is in early access and it is way better than this. It has problems, but for being an early access games for what it 20, 30 bucks or whatever it was, way better than this. I have had way more fun and playing this turd. Way more stable as well. Despite being early access. This is supposed to be a finished product. There's nothing finished about this. What the fuck did they think when releasing this shit? Oh, and the ray tracing. Oh, it just kills the game. It doesn't look good. The FSR implementation is just horrible. I don't know what the fuck they did, but they fucked it up.
We know little about them. We found the experience quite fascinating.
Jesus. And there's like the characters are lame, apart from maybe 1 or 2 characters, and the most interesting characters are like killed off on Coruscant. So like, yeah, these guys are interesting. The crew that I wanted to take for a heist, let's just kill them off. And we're back to the old gang with the old hag. It actually looks better now that I shaved her head. As a character, she looked hideous before. Fits way better as a bald woman. Yeah. Not much more to say about this turd, so let's wrap it up. 0 out of 10. Do not buy. Not worth it. So yeah. Have a nice day. And don't play this turd. Buy Vampire Survivors.